Hello, hello, hello. I'm Jason Sterling. I'm a member of the EA Creator Network. Let's see if we're rolling here, and then we'll really get rolling on this build. Let me see here. It looks like we are right on target, so... Through some miracle, we're going to try to get this done today without any lag. I feel like I'm never going to figure this out. I'm just going to end up having to buy a totally new computer or something and make it easy, right? Easy but expensive. That's why I haven't done it, because it costs too much. Okay, let's go in here and let's check out this build. This is my version of kind of Saudi Arabia's idea of this futuristic city concept called the Line, which is a large mirrored building, like 100 stories tall. It runs 170 kilometers, about 100 miles, nonstop, right? Just one single building. In the middle's kind of these sort of garden spaces and pedestrian walkways, because there's no roads, there's no traffic, there's no nothing, right? Like that. Now, a lot of people have talked about how that's, this new revolutionary concept. It's not. We've had ideas like that with linear cities before. They have even been tried on a small scale before. The usual consensus is they just don't work very well for a variety of reasons. But we're not going to focus on that today. We'll see how the Saudis manage to pull it all together in the end. What we're going to focus on here today, I've got a couple of spaces left. This is the last live stream I'm going to do for this. Anything that's left after this live stream, I'm going to come through and do off screen. I'll just do it, off screen. And the next thing I do for this particular build will just be a tour, a video tour that I'll put up. And then we're going to do... I'm going to break this into apartments using for rent with a separate save, and see how bad it is, right? See how bad it goes. See how bad it works. See if we can still play it, right? At least in my particular game, I want to see what's kind of going on with that. It's been kind of an ongoing issue. So, what we're working on here, I have this apartment. I have the kids' room, which is not done yet. I need to finish the kids' room over here. I've got this 1-bedroom loft style apartment that I have kind of mapped out, but it's also got to be finished. And then over here, I've got a series of communal sort of activity spaces. I say communal, like if it's an apartment building, it would be communal. If it is, if you use this as a single family home for just a group of Sims, then it would just be kind of their activity spaces. Put that over there. A little Nuka-Cola to get us started here. So we're going to work on these. Now, this is a series. This is 4 floors. And here on the bottom, I'm going to plant sort of an indoor garden. I will do that off stream because I already did the garden thing on stream with another part of this build. But up here above, what we're going to plant in the garden, flowers and grapes, because here above we're going to do a flower station, a little kind of florist area here for our fairies to do flower arrangements. And we're also going to do the nectar station from Horse Ranch up here, again using the grapes from downstairs to create wine and stuff like that. This is almost a career center part of this particular build, the career center part of this city, because this is supposed to be a city. So this is kind of the career area. These are where they can do things they can sell. And so I went ahead and put in the jewelry crafting table as well so that we can make jewelry. And all of these things seem to me like things fairies would do, right? I mean, don't you think fairies would kind of have fun making floral arrangements and jewelry and nectar? Let's pull up our flooring here. I'm going to just throw in... I've been using kind of rustic flooring, and I guess with this being a workspace, we should continue. But my thought is that maybe we'll do the flooring different in different areas. So this is a florist shop, so let's make it a little bit nicer. And maybe we'll use this sort of slatted wood. Just, it's kind of nice, kind of calm looking, nice warm tone. I don't really remember where did gardening come from? Seasons? Not gardening. Floral arrangement. Seasons, I think. You know what we're going to use? The only reason why I'm asking that is because I'm kind of thinking, what sort of cabinetry should we use? I know what we'll use. Let's use some of that new cabinetry we just got from the mudroom kit, which I did a short little sort of live stream about that. I quite like it. I think it's very cool. We've got some, excuse me, we've got some great cabinet options here. So what should we start with? Things, I wonder, will the floral arrangements fit on these? I think so. Let's throw a few out here and just take a look at sort of scale and sizing. I really want to use this. That looks cool. I really want to do a bunch of these sort of cabinetry as well. Let's throw, well, hold on a second. Let's throw in some cheats. This is move objects on. Whoops, that didn't work. There we go. So we'll throw that there. We'll put in some more cabinetry. The bad thing is I've got all these windows, and I hate to block them, but maybe we will block them a little bit. I don't think there's a mod to just have permanent cheats. I wish there was, because I feel like MC Command Center used to be able to do that, but maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. Maybe it just resets every time I have to update MC Command Center, and I just haven't fixed it. I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit here. And maybe we'll put this next to it. What color does this come in? It comes in like some brighter colors. Let's grab maybe... I really like the green front on that. It's kind of a yellowish... The top of it's a little bit darker. I think we're going to go with that for the green. But let me take a look at these things. Yeah, because see, that comes in a green as well. It's not the same green, though. We've also got a red and a blue and a yellow and a white. I'm going to go with white. Let's go with just white in here. And even though I was going to use that there, I don't think I'm going to use it there. Maybe back here. You know what? That's what we can do. Hold on. Let's put this here. I've got this completely open right now, and I don't need it completely open. So let's go ahead. We'll throw in a wall. And I'm going to use this type of wall covering. I've used that in a couple of places, this sort of paneling like this. Give it a little bit of color, a little bit of richness. We could, I'm going to see, maybe is there a tone to that that might... Where is it? Let's see here. There we go. I want to keep a very rich looking tone to it, but is there kind of a blue? Can't remember with this stuff. I don't see that. Maybe we'll do this though. Something that kind of ties into that color. So we can put that there, and we'll build ourselves a sort of image of storage area here. And I really want to overload this with these cabinets. But I don't know if it's going to look right. I don't know if they'll fit exactly. They kind of almost do. Let's see here. It's kind of weird how this one is sticking out. Why? I wonder why it's doing that. Now it doesn't up there. Oh, I get it. There's kind of a lip on it, isn't there? Okay. So we could do it like that. I don't know. I guess that's okay. Let's take a look at it. That looks a little weird. So this isn't really going to fit my vision. I had a little bit of a vision here. I don't know that this is going to fit my vision, but let's go back in here. Let's look at the other things that we have available from this. Because at first I was really excited. I thought, oh, that'll work. That'll really work. It's got all these open shelves. So let's move this here. Let's grab this for here. I don't know what to do with that. We'll put it there for now. I guess we could do this and we'll just build these across here. That's an awfully big space here that's open, but we could throw some sort of shelving in there. Again, it's not exactly fulfilling kind of the dream, right? It's not really fulfilling the dream I had in my head at that moment, but I think it's going to be fine. I really don't think I need to obsess too much about this particular area of this build. I just do tend to obsess about most every area, though. Okay, let's grab some place to sit real quick while we're here. I guess we could use this. Since it's from that kit. I think I'm going to use real furniture. Let's go ahead and just pull up. Let me grab everything else I might need from this kit. I'm going to use some of these flowers in here. I'm going to use this in here. I'm going to use this in here. Let's see here. Maybe, oh, this. Let's use this somewhere in here. In fact, right over here. Let's put it right there for now. We'll put that there. What is this? Oh, keys. No. How about mail? No, we could use this. Maybe a mirror in here. Nah, we really don't need to. We'll take the mirror out. Okay, we'll go with just those items there. We'll throw these into someplace along the way. So we'll take off our qualifier and grab some furniture and maybe a rug. I don't really, I don't know what kind of furniture I want to use here. This isn't really a place you come to sit. I mean, it's just if you're going to visit for a little bit, I guess, with whoever's making flowers. So I need a flower chair. Do we have a flower chair? I don't think we have a flower chair. That's really not going to work. Let's oh, we've got something like this. We've got this kind of Art Deco looking chair, maybe. Maybe that in a nice blue. Let's go with that. I do want to add a little bit of color into this room. So we'll put it in there like so. And I guess I'm going to fall back on what I consider kind of an old trusty with me, like just something I use like all the time, and it's this. Because I love the way the plants look in it. You know, those sort of growing plants. I think it's so pretty. So we'll put a little waiting area here. We're going to grab this thing of flowers. We'll put it here on top. I'm going to put this, I think, just right there. In fact, I think I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, like that. I'm going to grab this basket of stuff and put it up there as well. I might change the color of it. Let's see if we have nice blue. Is there a blue? There's blue inside. Oh, yeah. Maybe, well, I don't know. You know what I don't like? I love that, the blue, but I don't like the dark. Let's use that. I just want to keep the tone a little bit lighter. I want to keep it brought down just a little bit. So we'll go with that there. Speaking of lighter, I might have to check into lighting here in a minute. So I think I'm going to take this out, this puck light, replace it with some other lighting. So we'll look at rugs here. Let's see. What to use? I really don't. You know, we've got quite a few rugs, and I still feel like we need more. Let's maybe see what's in here. Maybe this one? No. Well, maybe. Let me look at that. I kind of like that. Oh, man. Okay, wait. Yeah. That looks good, and it's in blue. And actually, that looks really good. And I like the birds and the butterflies. It goes with fairies really well. So yeah, we can go with that. I might make it a little bit bigger using tool mod because I think it's going to get too big. Well, yeah, it gets a little bit too big if I do it like that. But for now, we're going to do like that. That is exactly what I needed. In fact, I really, really like that a lot. I'm going to take this out. Well, no, I'm going to go ahead and leave it. I think I'm going to do something different there. I was doing a sort of lighting effect on the outside of the building. And there's something in my head. I came up with something else. And I can't remember exactly what it was. But I need to try to remember so I can kind of try it out. Let's put that up a little bit. That might be too high, but what I want to do is I want to stick a quick piece of lighting under here. And it's a sort of lighting I've been using all around this particular build and all the different I've done several fairy builds in this vein. And I don't see it. Am I in the wrong section? Let's try this. There we go. Because I want them to have a certain cohesiveness, these builds, and kind of go together. So we'll put that under there. We're going to turn off the sun real quick here. Now, where I am going to use this puck light, I think, is here on the stairs. So maybe we'll go ahead and we'll put it, like back here. And then we're going to need some sort of task lighting for our floral station. Let's see what we can do here for our floral station. I guess we could use the branch. Where's the branch? The branch is the new thing that just came with this pack. I don't see it. I hate looking through this stuff. Let me go here. Let me go I'm going to just qualify it. Where is it? There it is. So we can put this here since this is a floral shop. We'll go ahead and throw the branch there up above our table where we make things. And I don't know that I need any more light. I was thinking about putting some sort of lamp or something over here by this arrangement, but I really don't think we need anything. What I would like to do is maybe go ahead and put a couple of the flower pressing pictures that came with this pack, Enchanted by Nature. Because it makes sense again here where we are making flower arrangements and we're growing flowers right downstairs. Maybe we're going to have a couple of these sort of pictures. So we'll put this one here. And maybe this, like that. Now, most of these shelves I do want to leave open to maybe put floral arrangements on, I think. I wouldn't mind putting some sort of boxes up here. You know what? Let's check real quick and see if Dream Home Decorator will fit in there. Just for a look. I mean, not really to do anything with, just to kind of give the impression of clutter, but neat clutter, right? Not messy clutter. Neat clutter where they have a lot of stuff, but they keep it really organized and kind of maybe these little boxes. Oh my God, they do fit. Oh, all right. Yay. I really didn't expect that to work. I thought I was going to have to just kind of fake it into place with move objects on. So the fact that it actually works, hooray. I'm going to do these there. That's really great. I'm going to put a whole bunch of these up here. The same sort of type. Yeah, that was a good moment. That was a really happy moment for me. And then we'll put some up here. for all these different supplies that we carry. I might want to change some of the colors. Let's see. I think there is a blue. There is. So we could go with blue there. We could go with kind of a red. Let's go with that light blue because I want to keep the tone of the box kind of light, not too dark. So let's go with that. Maybe throw in a little pink there. Do we have anything else that's really going to kind of carry the vibe? No. So we'll leave the rest of them just kind of as they are. And I think, I think we do have floral arrangements in the debug menu. So I might grab a few floral arrangements real quick. Let's see here. Let's try this debug option. Let me turn that off. And my thought is that seasons is the pack. You know, the packs all blur together after like 11 years. But maybe like seasons here is the pack that we got the floral table in, I hope. Because if it's not, hell, I don't know where it came from. It's kind of bad. Let's see. Aha, this is where it came from because here are the arrangements that I'm looking for. I'm going to grab some of these arrangements and put them on these shelves. Now, they are just a little bit too big for the shelf, so I'm going to just shrink them down just a little bit like that. How did that work? It kind of works. It's still a little bit too big, but that is kind of the look I want. How about if I make it small? Oh, you know what it's doing? It's making the... Okay. It's making the pot smaller, but not the flowers? Is that right? Oh, that can't be right. Is that right? I guess so. Whoops. Let me see here. I didn't know that. I've never tried to shrink these down before. Okay, so I don't care. Then we'll just let it stick through the roof of that because that's where I'm headed. I'm going to put that maybe there. That'll be fine. And are there smaller ones? Do they all come in the same size? I guess so, and nothing wants to go there. So we'll put like some storage boxes or something there. I'm going to put one here, and it really doesn't matter. It's just for look. So we'll show another one there. And my first thought is we just get some more of these boxes and put them here. But I don't know. It might be too matchy-matchy. So I'm going to just look and see. What are these? I don't know. I guess we'll look for a box. Let's just put a box into our search engine. And let me see here. My mouse is giving me a little bit of issues. Come on, mouse. There we go. So we're going to select box. We're going to take seasons off, take our qualifier off. Although these kind of work. I mean, could we put this sort of box there? Yes, we can put that sort of box there. I mean, it's not bad. It makes sense you might come here for a gift or something. I don't know. Maybe. That's an option. That's an option. So, do we have some great storage boxes? I mean, I know we've got crates. I don't really want to use a crate, but I know we've got kind of crates and stuff like that. We've got this, you know, this is good. What's this? Will it fit in there? It won't fit in there. Really? Come on. I can always do this. I'm going to do that. If I make it bigger, how big is it? Pretty big. In fact, like really big. That looks almost like too big for someone to handle. Again, with Tool Mod, I could kind of adjust it a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back with Tool Mod and just kind of adjust that a little bit because I really like that there. I think that really fits. And then we're going to look and see if we have something else. I would love for something just to fit on that shelf, but maybe that shelf isn't coated to hold something. I find that hard to believe, but maybe. And I never mind using move objects on just to move stuff into place, so that's fine. We've got this sort of box. So let's see here. That's not too bad. Let's put that there. So now we've got kind of a nicely outfitted sort of workspace. And I guess that's all we need. There's really not much else that needs to go in this space. We could, one thing I think I might do, I might grab another table and put it here just for them to put extra stuff on. I've been doing a lot of tea sets with my fairy builds because they also seem like the sort of people that would sit around and have tea a lot. And I love that. Like, I love to have tea. It's one of my favorite things, like make tea, have a snack, a nice cup of hot tea. But I could put a little tea set here. My big fear is I'm afraid I put so many tea sets out, like Sims are going to be spending all of their time running around cleaning up tea sets, cleaning them up as they sit there and stink, right? So I'm not going to, I guess I won't put one there. We could put another little rug here, though. Maybe something to stand on while they're working. Something to make it a little more comfortable. That could be our last kind of thing here. I don't know. Let's check this. We've got that. I kind of want to do another one of these rugs over here, but I don't want it to match that much. This is really pretty. This is from For Rent. So maybe something like that. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna just freehand this one. Maybe right about there. I might change the color around just a bit. Yeah, let's do that. So we've got the color in place, and then that room is done. Now up here we have the wine room. I've got sort of the primary things we need. You don't need a lot for wine making, right? You basically just need this and then some storage containers and some light because it's kind of dark in here. This is a sizable item. I mean, it takes up a lot of space for a room like this. I'm going to try to just fit it in here. I'm going to go ahead and put in, we'll put in our wall here like this. I'm going to go ahead and use this same sort of wood paneling up here. And we'll put this over, kind of over here. I've used this light fixture a lot for fairies as well. This is from Cottage Living for these builds. I guess I could put this in here again. I hate to use the same thing over and over, but I don't know that it really matters as much as I probably think it does. Put one right over there. Let's put one maybe right here. Does this work as an actual table? Like I think it does. I can't remember. And I don't think I used it very much with Horse Ranch, so maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just decorative. I'm going to put a whole bunch of these sort of crates here. This is one of the best ways to make money. I had a lot of fun with this career. I had like my kind of cowboy living there out by the waterfall, of course, in a converted sort of fire control tower. Like a lookout tower, you know. And he made a fortune off of making nectar. I'm going to grab some of this sort of flooring here. We're going to make it a little bit rougher type of flooring because this gets messy, right? So since it gets messy, we're going to make it a little bit of a sort of rustic type of flooring. We're also going to put more storage for these, for our future bottles right over here. Going to stack them high. There we go. I want to do some sort, let's go ahead and just show all of our options. I want to do some sort of wine tasting area with Horse Ranch. Because we have this, but it doesn't intersect that, that's for sure. Throw in a couple of bar stools for now. And do we have anything? I don't know if I like these colors that well. Do we have anything I like? I don't know. We might go with a different bar stool. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really like that. I don't know that I like that. I like that, but it's a little dark. I was hoping for like a green. Oh, that is a green. Well, that is a green. Speak of the devil. So yeah, I was hoping for a green. So I guess we'll go with green. The chair is a little bit darker than I wanted. So I wanted to, I mean, like this room's getting dark, right? This is getting a dark tone. So I was kind of thinking, well, maybe we can bring it down a little bit, but we'll go ahead and go with those green chairs. And let me see what kind of table. Do we have a kind of a tall boy table? Is this one? I thought this is an end table. I know this is, but no, maybe it's not. Maybe we don't have a sort of tall boy. I mean, I could pretend. I mean, I put it there like that. Kind of pretend that's what it's meant for, but I want something that's going to work. So And this is not a table, is it? No, I don't think it is. And did we not get any kitchen? I don't think we got any kitchen stuff, so I can't really do it that way either. Ay. Okay, so what to do? I don't know. Obviously, what I'm going to do is not use a horse ranch. It's because I'm not finding it. So if I'm going to use some sort of table, let's just go in here. We'll scan through our tables real quick. I don't think it's going to be able to be a high topper. You know, I think it's going to have to be a low top table or a standard table. Well, we've got this. Now, this is from... Yeah. This might work. We've got this from... I think this is a pub table. I bet it also takes bar stools. And this. So which one? Let me look at this. Let's look at both. I want to see, A, do they both take a bar stool? Yes, they do. And then do we have a color that's going to kind of... you know, match at least a little bit. I do like that. Now that's really pretty. It's not a match, but that's also pretty. I like that warm tone on it. I like warm tone woods like that, so yeah. What I'm going to do, let's move this and just use it for decorative somewhere. I don't know. And then we'll put this over here. We're going to throw a couple of these little bar stools by it. I'm going to have to play test that and make sure they can get around it, of course, because it is a little tight there. The routing is going to be a little tight. I'm going to freehand move it and kind of really stretch it to the limit of where I think for sure it'll work. And I hope they'll just cut right through here and right through there. And then let's put this over here and let me pull this out. I'm going to just put this here by the door. I don't know what I'm going to put on it. Something. Let's look at maybe... Yeah, it's this, right? Some nice cowboy looking, or from Horse Ranch anyway. I guess cowboys might have this. I never had anything like this, but I never saw a cowboy had anything like this, but maybe somewhere, maybe in Utah they do. Because I think Horse Ranch was set in Utah. Why do I think that? I have absolutely no reason. I just think that maybe Horse Ranch was set in Utah. So I'm going to put that there as opposed to Oklahoma. That's where I live. So let's put this maybe right over the table. And I think I might change these to reflect if we've got something closer in wood tone. I mean, it's not green. That's okay. We'll go with that and that and that. Now, it really hasn't needed a lot in this room, not nearly as much as I did with the floral arrangement room. I'm going to look real quick and see, do we have anything that goes on the wall maybe we could put in here? Was there like a... What I'm thinking is that there was some sort of chalkboard or something. I don't know. That could be wrong. Because I'm not really seeing anything I want to use here, right, from Horse Ranch. So I'm going to wait. If I come across something that I feel like would look good on this wall as a decorative item, then great. If not, all of this looks fine to me for a place where you're going to stomp on grapes, right? And then you're going to try what you made. So it works just fine. Now, this is our jewelry making room. We're going to come in here. What kind of flooring should we do? I think I'm going to use this again. Let's use this here. I'm going to take out this puck light. And I'm just going to fall back like on these. You know, they're fine. They're cute. They look good. We're going to do basically just like with the floral area. We're going to do some display and some seating and some storage. Now, do we want to do the same storage setup as I did, you know, using the mudroom? That's what I'm thinking. Do we want to do the same thing using the mudroom? And my thought is no, we don't. So maybe we do something more dream home decorator maybe, or just shelving. None of this is grab. I do like this. Maybe this here. It's really small. We can make it bigger, but then it's really big. But I do like that. And I think it could look really cool in kind of a line here. I need to check the colors of it. And then do a whole bunch of them up the wall, like all these sort of open shelves. And we could kind of lighten it up with this kind of look here. The one thing I don't like is you can see here, this one is the exact same color as these, but because this light's a little bit off, it is not picking up. So I guess what we'll do is we'll move the light. I'm going to put another one here, and hopefully that grabs it. It should grab it. Let's do like maybe that. It's still kind of a little off. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to line up a bunch of these. One thing, again, I can do like I'm planning on doing downstairs in the floral area. I'll just come back with tool mod and make them a little bit bigger, but not as big as the game's going to want to make them. To hold things, let's pull up real quick. I can never remember all the different sort of knick-knack stuff that comes with these kits. So let's go, or this isn't a kit. This is actually a stuff pack. Let's pull up. Did I miss it? I did. Let's pull up what we got here from the stuff pack. Here we are. Nice, lovely, very, very cool. Okay, so we've got a bunch of these sort of shelves as well. What color do these come in? I wonder if I could blend them together. Kind of like that. I don't know, maybe. I'm going to go ahead and set them up like that. I do like it gives a little detail there on the wall, so it does kind of dress the wall up. I'm starting to feel like, though, this is getting kind of fancy. It's getting kind of fancy, and our chandeliers don't match, so we might have to, like, you know, swap those out. We might have to swap those out. Let's grab a potted plant, put it here. What? Now, there should be some more accessory stuff. We've got this sort of thing, a jeweler's tray. Let's grab that. And then I need a bunch of these. Will these fit on there? They will. So we're going to use some of those for sure. We'll go ahead and just put a whole bunch of them on here. Do I want to put one on every shelf? Maybe, maybe not. We're going to grab this. This is good. We'll go ahead and grab some of these things. I think they'll fit on the shelf for clutter. Let's grab just, you know, these crystals. Bunch of this stuff. This was really, I mean, this was a stuff pack. This really came with a lot of pretty cool, just junk, you know, just junk to scatter around. So let's put that up there as well. Put that there. I'm going to use a rug down here. And I'm also going to use the love seat that came with this particular pack like that. There we go. That works. Okay, so we've got that in place. Do I want to put, I think I do. Let's go ahead and just put this console table here. That looks good. I might bring the tone on these tables down a little bit. Got that. We've got that. It's all kind of, it comes in green. Okay, that's not bad. I do like that green. Does this come in green? So they'll match? It does. Does that come in green? It does come in green. So we could get crazy with the green, right? We could just do all of this in green. Does this come in a green? Oh my gosh, it does. Does this come in green? How have I missed this? So it kind of comes in a green too. Oh boy, I don't know. That's getting to be a lot of green. I'm not going to do that much green. I don't want it to look like we bought everything like off the same shelf at IKEA. So we're not going to get too super crazy with the green there, but we will go that far. And we've also got a mirror. Let's grab a mirror. We'll put it over here for people to try things on. Feels like it's a little high up there on that wall, but maybe when I bring a sim in, it won't look so high. We'll put that on there. Now, I'm using a lot of this pack. I'm really kind of surprised. Okay, let's see here. Did I get that already? I did. This is kind of our wall art. Just put that in there too. Oh shoot. Come on. if it'll stop for me there, we're gonna grab We're going to grab it and we're going to just kind of eyeball it into place here on the wall. I don't want to give anybody motion sickness today. We've got a moon. Oh, I like that. Like that. Let's go with that. Now let's see how much of this stuff will actually fit on these shelves. I hope a lot does. Oh, it does. Awesome. Let's put that there and that there. In fact, that fits really very well. I'm kind of surprised. How about we put these expensive crystals? Will they fit anywhere? No. Okay. Maybe though. We just go ahead and eyeball them into place using move objects on like that. Because that does fit. I mean, it fits really quite nicely. It doesn't look too bad there. And we're going to move this one in the same way. There we go. And then how about this? Will this go on one of those shelves? It will. So it will slot there without any problem. We're going to grab that and put it there. Grab that and put it there. Now, can these go somewhere? Not really, but you know where they can go is back here on this console table. That's kind of overflow storage. Nice little display of rings there. I might put 2 displays here. Or you know what? No, let's grab another one of these. We'll put it over here. Put a couple of pieces of metal up there. Maybe another one here. I'm going to go through later and probably put even more clutter in here because there are more things. We can maybe put some stuff down here. I want to throw a rug under this particular desk here just to give them something to stand on again. We do have this rug. We could do a different style of it. In fact, what do we have here? Does it come in sort of a green? It does come in a blue. Comes in kind of a green. Yeah, it's got green. Again, that's a bit much. I don't think I'm even gonna use that rug because it's coming in too close in tone. Let's grab something else. Let's grab maybe. You know what? How about vampires? Vampires or Realm of Magic and do just a long runner? Here's Realm of Magic, and it comes in a blue. So maybe we make it a little bit bigger here. Run it around. I mean, we can make it pretty big. It could cover most of this room. I do think I want to keep it like a runner, though. So let's do it that size. Isn't there... There it is. So that looks pretty good. I think that's going to give us a nice look there. I am not set on this particular light fixture. I'm going to take that out. We're going to use lamps down here on these tables. I'm going to grab things pretty quickly here, and then we're going to skip over to that loft apartment. I say quickly, what do I like? I don't know. I like all of it. Let's maybe just grab a simple gold lamp. We'll put that there. It looks almost too elegant for this space. This space is starting to feel a little kind of New York 1960s to me or something. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave it. I'm going to swap these out for maybe, well, no, leave it. I'm going to just leave it. I could get wrapped up in that for all day. And let's see here. We've got maybe these. These look nice. Maybe make it a little bit shorter. Is that going to give us enough light when it kicks in here? Yeah, I think so. I think so. And we could maybe put some sort of small desk light here for a little bit of additional lighting. Oh, where's the candle? Where's one of the candles? There it is. We'll use one of these little flower candles. We'll put it up here. Nice little accent. There we go. Okay, so that is pretty much, that's our activity areas. I think pretty well done. Like I said, I'll plant all this later with flowers and grapes. And then we'll go over here. This is going to be our loft apartment. I'm going to turn the sun back on for a little bit. Let's see here. This is what we've got during the day. This is the main floor. Let me see. We could do an entrance here to this sort of yard space, maybe. I'm going to put that there just for reference sake, to kind of remind me that, yes, we might go ahead and we might do some access to this garden area. And I got to kind of decide how sort of fairy modern, we're going to call it fairy modern. How fairy modern would I want to do this particular space? And I'm really not sure. I just really don't know. Let's start. Oh boy. What have we got here? We've got those sort of things. Let's start with this kind of wall covering. Again, it's been kind of a cohesive part of the build so far. I've used it in a lot of different areas, and so it is going to kind of tie in and fit in with our look. We also could use this. This is something I've used. I mentioned when I used it before, and I'm going to mention it again right now. I do have to be kind of careful with it because it is like toxic. You know, it raises your industrial score. So the next thing you know, beautiful sort of Innisgreen here is going to be like, you know, it's going to look like a smoggy wasteland. I don't know if we could do really light. Yeah, I don't know if I want to keep that color. Well, let's keep it. We'll keep it for now. It'll do. Now I'm going to need some sort of kitchen, and that's a pretty modern look, you know, with this sort of metal coating on it. So maybe, I don't even know if I need to do the kitchen there. I'm not doing stairs in this apartment. I'm just doing ladders. So we could do the kitchen around like here. Let me take a look and see what we've got here. I don't think I'm going to, though. I think I'm going to do an office here, and I'm going to do 2 stories of bookshelves rising up this whole area. Okay, so let's talk about the kitchen. Let's go ahead and we'll put this here. Put this down here and this here so I can kind of see what we're doing. Brighten up the space a little bit. We're going to need some sort of flooring. This is some of the stuff we also got from Eco Living, and I have used it. How about this? Maybe some limestone to lighten everything up with. What colors does it come in? Let's try it. Let's start with that here for our kitchen. I don't know, though. I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to go ahead and put it down, but I do have to think about it. Let's go ahead and do also our desk area and our library. Now, the bad thing about this, as I'm thinking about it, because yes, I want to do bookshelves up this whole wall for a very dramatic effect. But I'm also thinking I kind of want to do my office here, which is where the desk would be. So that means if we're going to do a library here, we need something else that maybe would fit with a library that is not, is not a desk, right? Not a desk, not a computer, but fits with the library. I'm going to pull in this sort of flooring for the moment. Just to get me started. And then let's go ahead and grab our library shelves, bookcases. Okay, there's a lot of options I like. I really do like this, and that's super pretty. I really want to have something though that I can, run floor to ceiling. So that's going to be a tough call. The other thing is it's got these kind of doors here at the bottom, which also kind of throws off the effect. Let's move it here. Now I know I can use, and the natural thing to use, and I have used it before, is this. This is the modular library system we've got. What colors does it come in? Let's take a look here. Now, does this come in any, where did this come from? Book, like a book kit or a library kit or something? I'm gonna see if it comes in any larger sizes. I know it comes in smaller, but I've got a lot of space to fill in, so. Storybook. Book nook. So I guess that is the largest we're going to have. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab that. Now, on one hand, my thought is that, it's going to be kind of hard to reach these shelves. On the other hand, they are fairies, right? So they could, in theory, as fairies do, they could just fly up there. So that's not so bad, right? Take that off. I think we're going to go ahead and kind of replicate it all the way across the wall. Maybe, I don't know. I also don't know if I like the color. Maybe we'll switch the color around a little bit. Okay, let's go with white. That looks okay. I think that's going to be all right. And I'm going to go ahead and maybe do this limestone through the whole area now. Let's try that. I don't know. I might be making a whole bunch of mistakes. With this idea of a modern fairy look. I did a modern, I haven't released it yet or done any videos on it. I did a modern fairy brutalist house, right? Like a brutalist fairy house. Maybe that's more the way I should be leaning into this. I do have these windows and stuff though from the outside that can't be changed, so that's kind of dictating a little bit. Let's go with that. Let me check out this metal rusted iron look. Let's see here. I thought maybe it might come in something a lot lighter. It does not come in something a lot lighter. So we've got plaster. And I know that we have like cement, like some sort of cement look. And we've got this stuff from business and hobbies. So it's a sort of paneling we could do like that. No, I'm not liking that either. I'm about to just switch this whole idea and go right on back to just doing the same thing I've done in the rest of this build. Let me go down here. The wood floor can stay. This can stay. This can stay. We're going to grab the same sort of, in fact, I did just use wood. Okay, so let's, instead of having this tile back here, let's just use parquet. Like that. And then I'm going to change the tone of these bookshelves, which I've been wrestling with back and forth. We're going to change it to a kind of dark wood, but we're going to make the books themselves very colorful and light. Hopefully that'll be enough to kind of lighten it so it doesn't feel too heavy. But these are forest fairies, and that's why I keep coming back to, you know, they live in kind of a very shadowy, foresty type of area. So, you know, maybe they would like that. Maybe they like that sort of feel. I'm going to leave this particular backing. We're going to go here. We're going to find ourselves some kitchen cabinets. And for our kitchen cabinets, what do we have here? Oh, we've got this stuff. Now, that is modern. That is modern. And we've got these. We've got these from the Death Pack. And I do like that, so I think I'm going to do that. But, well, it might be a little bit not working with that particular wall texture. Maybe this will be like the first kitchen I make in The Sims where they don't have any kitchen cabinets, right? They just don't get any. That's it. Oh, how about that? Would that work? I mean, it's kind of close, I think, in tone a little bit. And it's got a modern feel, but also very natural because of the type of wood. And I do love it there with that white countertop. So let's put those in. We're going to put in one here. I think that's right. Will that fit? I think that'll fit. Maybe it won't fit. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. We'll take it out. Put this here. Because what I need is I need a refrigerator. Put that there. And I really wanted to put a stove over here, but I guess not. We'll do that and we'll put this. I guess put the stove here. But then we can only put the sink here and that feels awkward to me. So maybe we leave this here. We could do that and maybe fit in a stove next to it. Kinda. Sorta. Where's the stove? Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's find the stove. The stove that matches this thing from Growing Together. There's a stove that matches it from Growing Together. Should be in here somewhere. There it is. Right there. There's our green stove. We're going to bring it around like this. Put it in there, but I kind of want to move it forward. Where's my grid? My grid is right there. Now, here's my quandary is I need some sort of wall here, right, to really hide the back of the stove. And I don't have anything to put there, so I got to come up with something. Let's look. Did we get any upper cabinets with that pack? I don't think we did. With Island Living. We didn't. So maybe I could use these particular cabinetry in white. And we have this sort of thing like that maybe. But I want it down by the floor. I don't want it floating. Come on. I guess I could do like that. And then I could bring this here. And we'll put that there. Yeah. Might need to use tool mod on it a little bit. I don't know, the stutter's not too bad until you touch it, but it does have stutter. So I'll probably have to use the tool mod on that a little bit. Then here, let's take that out. We'll slide that in there. Now the bad thing is that while this is in fact white, it's not actually the same color white as that countertop. I'm going to just squeeze that forward like that. That should work. I'm going to have to playtest this whole thing. I'm definitely going to have to playtest this whole thing to make sure that it will in fact work. I mean, let's take that out. We could do this here. We'll just eyeball it into place, and then we can pull that back. Yeah, that makes it a little bit more certain that it will work. I'm a little concerned here that routing is not going to work. And I guess I don't have to have that. Let me move this here. I really don't need it. So what we could do is we can go ahead and let's move this here. Let's move this here. Let me have this. Maybe we'll put this here. Maybe. I don't know if we're going to leave it like that or not, but maybe we'll do that. And then we'll go ahead and just put this onto the grid and put that onto the grid. I am going to freehand it so that it fits more where I want it visually. We'll get rid of this. I mean, the thing that I'm not going to like, I mean, right off the bat, I do not like is this right next to it, but I think we'll just do this. We'll just grab a wall like so. And we'll do this type of wall there. Whoops. And we'll take this rusted iron for our more modern look along there. And then maybe we'll create a sort of kitchen office area like sometimes you see. Now we are going to do his office up in the loft space in this particular apartment, but I think that would work. And then let's see if Design Home Decorator or somebody has some upper cabinets here that are going to be kind of modern, but also with a white tone that's really going to match. I think that does match. I mean, yeah, that looks pretty close. So we'll do these white cabinets here. Like that. And so, you know, the island living did not come with cabinets, but I think that these work as a good enough tie-in. I do. I think they work for a good enough tie-in. We could do major shelving there, if I think not. I think we'll stick with this. This really isn't a family apartment, though I suppose if you had kids, this would be a great place for them to do homework. You know, while you're cooking dinner and stuff in the kitchen, even though it's kind of small, it's kind of compact. There's enough room here where, yeah, they could hang out and do homework and you're cooking, you know, making dinner. Kind of like with my son and me, except he never did any homework. Who am I kidding? Who am I fooling? He hated homework. He hated doing homework. I think that's a good enough sink. There are other options, but I don't know that any of them are going to be something that we need to use more than that. So we'll put that there. Back over here, on the first time I used this apartment layout down here, of course, I used a love seat in this area, and I guess we'll do the same thing. I'm going more modern here, though, and it's tempting for me to pull out the Dream Home Decorator modular stuff, which I wish we would get another modular sofa. I wish that so bad. I really do, because all they need to do is reskin this existing system, right? I love modular furniture, and so I would love to see another one come our way. Let's see. Let's take this. Maybe. Is this going to work? I don't know. I'm going to put that there. And then I'm thinking maybe this here. And this like that. See, I think in real life, someone would sit on this. It's almost like a conversation pit. It's almost like a conversation pit from like the 80s or maybe the 70s or something, except that this part would be filled in too, so that basically you just have like this giant bed in your living room. But I don't know if the Sims will get in there to sit. I'll have to play test it. If they won't, what I'll do is I'll just take this piece out because I know they will sit like on this, right? That'll be no problem. So I kind of like that. In fact, I might take that out anyway. It is looking a little full there. And maybe instead of that, I'm going to use a standard, like that piece like that. And maybe even like that. Yeah, let's take this piece out. Okay, yeah, that looks kind of good. And then we'll go ahead and we'll just grab a standard kind of chair to match it. Kind of in a sort of like, you know, modern magazine type layout. Swing it around like that. Well, maybe. I don't want it to be too crazy. Let's get it over here a little bit, over here a little bit. We're going to need some sort of rug under that. I guess we don't have to. See, that's my thought is I'm thinking, well, I might need some sort of rug, so I got to leave room for that, but maybe not. The same thing's kind of true when it comes to like tables. I think maybe a table here and a table here. Let's pull this back a little bit like that. And we have a great sort of triangular end table. Let's see here. Ah, there it is. From Bowling Alley. Like this came from the Bowling Alley pack. A million like stuff pack like a million years ago. But it matches, right? So we'll go with that. We'll put that between the chairs. And in fact, I love the way that looks. That's really cool. And do we need a table here with this stuff? I don't know. Maybe. I think there's a little round coffee table. Maybe I'm wrong. I know there is. Let me look through here more carefully. I mean, I see this. This is cool. I like that. We might use that. Oh, and there's that. Let me set that here too. But I thought there was a really low rise. Maybe it's under end tables. Well, it must be under end tables because I'm definitely not seeing it here. So we're going to go over here and we're going to look through end tables. Ah, there it is. There you go. So we could do that. One thing I really like about this, it's just so diminutive. It's so small. It does not really get in the way at all. I'm going to take, what did I just do? What did I just do? I must have accidentally erased the whole thing. There we go. Whoo, thank God that we can roll it back, right? I would have died a million times over if we couldn't just roll something back like that. I really would have. That still about gives me a heart attack even though I know I can. Let's go with that sort of tone. Now, so we've got a little seating area here. You know what I have not put in this particular, any of my fairy builds at all is a bar. And we even have a new bar. Let's see if it'll fit. Now, I know the really big part, because it's got like a really big part to it. Like the background, right? Like the sort of galactic background. I know that won't fit. But maybe this. Wow, I don't know. It's pretty big. It's pretty big and it's got a really natural feel to it. I could probably deal with the natural feel, but I don't know if I can deal with the size. I think that's going to be way, way, way too big. So let's take a look here and see, what do we have that would be. We kind of need a bar cart is what we need. We need a bar cart instead of, like, we need this, but with more drinks, because I can use this. This always works. I do use this. I do fall back on this. And there's also this, there is this single tile bar. Now that would work. I don't know. I don't know that fits with the rest of this particular. In fact, I really don't think it does fit. Let's see here. No. I mean, it's cute. It just doesn't fit with this decor. I don't know. I don't like that. I think I am just going to go with the globe. It's not really perfect, but so what? We'll go with white. There we go. And maybe some, I don't know, some sort of seating over here as well. Should I just do some more sectional over here as well? Maybe. Let's do it. Let's grab this. We'll put it here. This is like, a bachelor or a bachelorette, and they just want to have a good time. They want to have a lot of parties and have a lot of people over. That's why I was thinking about doing a bar, but the bar won't really fit, so we're not going to do a bar. This is kind of a small place where small fairies live. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to have to play test that, but I'm going to leave that like that, and we'll check it out later. Let's see. This is where we would put a dining room table. I still kind of do want to put a bar there. I could put this, well, if I make it smaller, will it even work? That's what I'm wondering. I'm thinking I could just make it smaller, right? Or just shrink it down. But would it, in fact, work at that point? I don't know. But it pretty much has to be shrunk down to be used. Or I've just got to figure out one of the other bars here. I like that. Again, it's too big, but at least it's more modern. It is more modern. And we've got the Star Wars version. That's cool too. Maybe carved bar. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put in a dining room table and chairs there. That'll keep it easy. Keep it easy. Let's just roll with the flow. Maybe we'll do like old trusty, right? White table. I don't know. I've used that so much in my life in the Sims game. There it is in white. Very cool, very modern. I kind of do, you know what I want? Something like this. Did we get a table with island living? That's small enough to fit in this area. I'm not seeing anything here, so maybe we didn't. We've got this. I think I'm going to use this. This is a high top table, but tone-wise, I would say the wood is pretty close. It's pretty close. We can do like this. That's even better. And then it doesn't take up very much space, and it is here by our bar. So it might work, you know, as kind of a bar sort of table, bar top. Let's put that there. We need some bar stools to go around it. And conveniently, we do have those with, you know, tiny house living. And in fact, you know what I can do is I can take another one and just put it over here. And then the idea would be, you know, you use this for your home office and your kitchen. But if you have 4 people over, you can just pull this out, you know. And you may not want it out all the time, but you can pull it out and add the chair and then have a few more people for dinner. So all in all, that's not too bad. I mean, it's okay. It feels a little bit more like modern apartment than really a sort of fairy place, but I think it's all right. Fairies could be modern too. And we'll finish this off like that. Let's grab this here, this here. Now I think we're going to, you know what I didn't do? I'm going to put a bathroom up here. That's what I'm thinking. Bathroom, bedroom, office. I didn't put a bathroom down here, but I guess I can use this. I've got this sort of space here, which is for this particular unit. So I could do a bathroom and then maybe do just a conservatory here. What? There we go. Yeah. I did an archway downstairs. So we'll take a look here and see what kind of archways we have for this upper area. I'm hoping I can find something here. It's just going to be kind of white, you know, to match the rest of the kitchen stuff. I don't know. We've got something like that. It's not really what I'm looking for style-wise. And I suppose we could just do sliding glass. Well, no, we really can't. I kind of would like to have an open archway. There's this. Now, this is modern and white. So let's put that in there, and then we're going to mark off a place here for... I'm going to do rusted iron here on this side. With this kind of wooden paneling, kind of to mark off our bathroom a little bit. And because this is a modern modern apartment, right? We're going to go ahead and we're going to use a modern toilet. And we'll put a modern sink in here. Instead of, you know, the fairy hollow stump toilet. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to keep a puck light there in the bathroom. Even though most of the other rooms, I'm going to take them, you know, out. I don't know what I'm going to use for this space. Obviously, it's a garden space. Obviously, it's kind of a conservatory space. I don't know. I got a modern sim living here, so maybe I'll just stick knitting out here, right? Maybe he knits ultra modern sweaters or something. We're going to jump up here to the bedroom. This will be pretty easy. There's not a lot that we're going to need to do with this room. I have not decided. Well, I guess I kind of have decided. I'm not going to build like a closet in here. I could build it right here. Yeah, I probably will. I just said I'm not going to, but yeah, no, I probably will. Let's grab this sort of a little bit more modern bed, put it in here. I'm going to change it to orange because it kind of matches that rusted metal look from here at the bottom. And we're going to use a little bit of that rusted metal here for this upstairs bathroom. Because we can put a closet right here, a nice walk-in, well, nice enough. A walk-in closet, as they would call it in New York, because you can actually, you know, walk into it. It wouldn't really be a walk-in closet here in the Midwest in the United States, but it would be in some major cities. We'll put that there. We can actually do this closet as a 1x1 as well. I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and do it as a 2x2 or a 2x1, but it will work as a 1x1 square if you have Dream Home Decorator, because it's the stuff from Dream Home Decorator that we're going to use. So we'll put this here. Pretty easy, you know, and then we'll just throw the clothes on there. Storage. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. I'm looking at it like, where's the clothes? I must be getting tired. It's been a long week. It was a long week. Super long week. And it must be placed on specific object. That is the object, you guys. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. Always have to make sure the arrow is facing the right way, of course. And we're gonna use a simple puck light for this room as well, because nothing much is really needed for it. Let's grab a mirror. I'm going to find us a quick mirror here to put between the bathroom and the closet. And it was on mirrors, so I don't know why I clicked on that. Since this is kind of a modern space, let's grab this backlit mirror. We'll put it there in white. That looks good. I wonder if this bed comes in white. It doesn't have to. It comes in gray and orange. I mean, it does, but that's pretty uninspired. I like that with the white sheets. I'm going to go with that for now. I may change my mind and take it out, but I like the fact we're going to bring a little bit of that white into this area. And we could look and see if maybe there's a white rug to go under the bed. That would also help kind of punch up that sort of tie-in with the first floor. First floor has a lot of white in it, a lot of white usage. So I do want to tie these two areas together. This is a loft, you know, so it's kind of like one big open room, one big open space. We really can't see enough of that. I mean, I love it, but I don't think we can see enough of it. So let's see, what else do we have here? We've got this. Pretty simple, straightforward design. Again, I don't know. Let's see here. Maybe in gray, but no, let's do white. Let's do white. White is what I wanted to do. White is where I wanted to kind of have this going. We're also going to change our railing here to match the railings in the rest of this particular build. So we'll bring this here, make it clear and see-through. Same. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did do it over here, but I used that. Let's use that. Okay, so we'll put that in there. And I don't know, we don't need much else for the bedroom. I'm going to put some sort of shelves here next to the bed instead of end tables. Again, that is kind of a modern look now. It also saves a lot of space because we do not have much room. So we can do something like, you know, this little pegboard next to the side of the bed where you can put like your phone and, I don't know, maybe a little lamp. No, not a lamp. Let me take this out. Again, because this is the modern look, I think what we'll do is we're going to lower it a little bit here. We're going to just do some lights. Hopefully that'll give us the appearance of coming, you know, from here over the headboard. There is something that we can do. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do it all the time when we didn't have nearly as many furniture options in game as we do now. We might be able to use this. Kind of works, kind of doesn't. The piece I'm looking for here is maybe this would work as well. Again, this is not what I'm looking for, but you know, that kind of works. Actually, that actually does work really well. I've never tried that before. I love that. That's giving us like a really great lit headboard type of vibe there. That is not where I was headed. We're going to change it pure white. I'll show you real quick where I was headed, but we are using that. It was this here. And I was just going to try to line them up like so they would shine through. And that works really well on a particular modern bed, the sort of curved backed modern bed. It works really, really well. But this works better here. I actually really love this. That's exactly what I wanted. We're going to go ahead and grab, not much clutter, but we are going to grab the keys and cell phone thing we have now. This is my favorite item, goes in pretty much every single build. Why did it take all this time? I don't know, because it's perfect. It's exactly what we need, exactly what we want. Let's give it a little color and a little bit of personality there. Now we're going to need some lighting here, and I don't know about those doors. I might keep them, I might not. I'm going to have to decide. They're not bothering me too much, but they definitely are not with the sort of modern look, you know, that I'm going with. Put that over there. And the bed area does still seem dark even with that lit up headboard. So let's take a look and see if we have anything here. I don't know about that. Anything that might work as a kind of light for next to the bed. Yeah, not that. Not that. What else do we have? We have this. Oh, now that's kind of cool. Okay, now that's cool. Is it going to give us enough light? I really don't know, but it is cool, and it does look like it matches the headboard. So let's pull it in here. And we could probably use those in the bathroom as well. Kind of tie this area together. That's good enough. I don't think that's a lot of light there for the bedroom, but do you need a lot of light? You really just need a reading light by the bed. One thing we could do, if I decide it's necessary, we could put something along here and put more lighting on that. So we could put some lamps or something there. We could even just put a chair. We could put some sort of chair up here, maybe in this area, with a lamp in the corner for reading. Let's look. Let's look real quick before we go into the bathroom. Does this come in a pure white form? It kind of does not. I mean, it kind of comes like that, though, and that does match close enough to the stuff downstairs, so I think I'm going to try. I'm going to try fitting that in. It is very tight, and I do not know if the routing will work, so I might have to change it. But I think the routing will work. And if we need a torchère, let's see. We've got this. This is a really great option. I do like this a lot. It has kind of a modern feel to it, and so maybe we'll pull it in here. We could go ahead and change this to a gold tone. Maybe. Or do we leave it white? I'm going to leave it white. I'm going to leave it white, keep that kind of theme going. And the last thing would be maybe we could put some art here on this wall, you know, that we're looking at. And we really don't need to. And I'm not going to for now. I mean, the wall has a lot of texture with the fact that it's this wood sort of slatted, you know, shingled look. So yeah, we're going to leave it. Now, let's take a look at our bathroom. The bathroom does not have a lot of privacy, does it? No, it doesn't. So what are we going to do with that? I guess we'll put in some curtains real quick. Now, in reality, what I pretend with real life is I just pretend that these windows, you know, turn opaque on their own, right? So you can push a button and they turn opaque and then nobody can see while you're taking a shower. That's what I pretend if this was real life. But we don't have that in The Sims, and I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable for their Sims. So we'll go ahead and put some curtains in here. Now, you know, when I'm playing, I might yank the curtains out. I might decide I don't want them, don't like them. For now, though, we could do something like this, and it is the right color. It does have kind of the right feel and color to it. You know, with that wood and white. So we could do that and that. And it's a little bit sheer, so, you know, it feels like it's going to let the light in. Not completely block us. You know, not completely block us. Now, have I kind of put myself in a corner with trying to have space? I don't think so. I think I'm going to have the right amount of space. Let's see here. I might even be able to use like that giant tub, right? That That's because it's big. The tub that came with this new pack is really big. So it's like this pretty cool looking sort of, it's kind of natural. I don't know, it's big. But it's kind of cool looking, right? It's not exactly modern. Now, what is modern is this. We've had this forever. That is modern. It's also really big. It's also, looks like a tub built for two people. Like if this faucet was here and there was another headrest here. That's more like what the tub, I think, should be set up as. But it's not. So let's take that out. And we've got this one. You know, I don't know. It's feeling too cluttered. So I think what we'll do is we're just going to go in. We're going to do something maybe. I actually love this tub. It's not the best tub, but it's going to have the right tone, like with the wood and white that we're going for. So I'm going to put this here. And it has a sort of freestanding feel to it. If I had more room in here, I'd probably put it here in the middle, but I don't have that much room in here. So we're not going to do that. This is too small of a bathroom for that look, even though that's a very cool look. That's what I really want to do. I'm also going to grab a pony wall here to divide off the sort of toilet area from, I guess I don't have to, but I'm going to. You know, the rest of this space. So maybe put the toilet here. I think I want it to be a little bit taller than that. Maybe like that. Maybe a little less taller. Let's see, 4, 8, 11. I want to match up with the height, of these curtains. And it kind of does there, so that's as good as we're going to get it. The color of the wood is also not going to match exactly. But again, I think it's going to be close enough. I'm going to grab this stuff and use it here. We'll pull in the same toilet as we use downstairs. Ought to be pretty easy to put that into place and have it match, right? Looks good. We're going to use the same sink also that we use downstairs for the same reason. It'll match without too much problems. I think we're going to shoot for a little bit warmer tone here. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I think it's a little bit too, well, yeah, let's just go with white. That'll keep it even simpler. Now, I did think that we could put a shower in this particular space. I was thinking we could put a shower here, but it might look a little bit weird with the windows and the curtains to have a shower there. Let's look real quick and I'll just, we can decide. I mean, that looks a little weird. Never mind. Because I wanted to kind of attach it and you could shower, but at the same time, I don't want to be someone walking on the rail there to see you showering, right? So I do need the curtains in place, but yeah, it's not going to work. That's okay. You know what we'll do? We'll put in kind of a dressing area or something, maybe. Something like this. Nice bench, maybe. Bench like that. Something. Well, this is kind of modern. This is kind of where we're headed, right? It's a little big. It's a little bit big. But do we have anything? Is this smaller? Is this a little bit smaller? This is a little bit smaller. So we can also go with that. And that does have a pretty great tone to it. This is from, again, I don't remember, like Luxury Backyard or something 10 years ago. Was it called Luxury Backyard? I don't know. It's where we first got like hot tubs and stuff. But see this color of the sort of bamboo or rattan or whatever they're calling it. And the white does match with the rest of the theme. We're going to grab a selection maybe of some towels and some other decorative stuff that we can set on top of it, because we really don't need a seating area in here. It's just to kind of give that sort of effect, right? The sort of idea of having some place to sit. Now, one thing I don't like is that that's not very white compared to that white. Let's see. Do we have a different white? No. We could just go with that. That's pretty. So we could just give it a color. Let's give it a color. Now, I have a certain like tray I use all the time from base game. It's over here in this particular clutter section. Let's pull it up here. Oh, I might use this too. I really like that. Maybe we'll use that. Oh yeah, here it is. So this is like the tray I use everywhere all the time. So we're going to put it maybe... Someone else also, you know, they just kind of set it there, kind of plopped it on top of that. I'm going to have to come in with tool mod later and lower that down just ever so slightly because it's going to, I think it's hovering at the moment just a little bit. That's okay. We're going to bring this down here. We're going to make it a little bit smaller. We're going to kind of tuck it in like this maybe. Just for, whoops, just for a little bit of decoration there, a little bit of color. Like so. I really don't need any more, like a towel rack or anything, and I really don't want one. Let's see if I can stack these a little bit higher. Okay, so that looks good. We've got that in place. This is our kind of, you know, master bath for this one bedroom. And it looks pretty good. I do like it. We do need a mirror, and we're going to grab the same mirror that we used out here. This sort of, you know, illuminated from the back mirror. We're going to put it there. We're going to grab this light fixture, put it up above it. Now, what light do we have in here right now? I think none. Yeah, we're going to need some sort of light fixture in here. Right now we have 0, so we need an overhead light fixture that's going to give us a little bit of a modern feel. Something that will work here in the middle of the room. I like this, maybe. Again, it's got kind of that golden tone and a white. Put it there. Yeah, we're going to leave it just the color it's got at that moment. And I think on this side, I'm going to go ahead and just put another light fixture like this for the toilet, right? For the toilet area. Oh, you know what? I forget this a lot. And I do think that this is kind of a bidet, right? It's like one of those Japanese toilets. So it does have a bidet kind of built into it. But maybe just in case you're American and it's your first time seeing a bidet and you really don't know how it works, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of toilet paper in here for you too. There we go. Perfect. That's a little bit high. Is it too high? Maybe we'll eyeball it. Like that. There we are. We're always sensitive to the needs of our clients. So we'll go over here. This is going to be our office. Okay, so this is going to be where we are going to have our office and kind of a loft setup. So we need to grab office stuff. I'm going to turn the light back on, the sun back on. And I really don't know what to put here. I do know partially what I want to put here. Because it is the same computer that I use pretty much like everywhere all the time. I love this one. I love this. I use it all the time. We can't place it till I find a desk. But it is seriously, it's seriously my favorite computer in the whole game. I just love it. I'm a big kind of steampunk guy, and that's got like the best steampunk vibe like ever that's ever been made in the game. So let's find just a nice simple desk. I think this would do. Again, it's pretty clean and modern. I would love if it comes in a white top. It doesn't. We're going to stick with it though. I mean, one thing I do kind of think, hey, we could look for something else, but I don't know. I think it's fine. This is just his private office. I'm going to do that there. For a chair, I don't think I have any dining room chairs, do I? Not yet. You know what I wish? I wish I could put this chair over here. I know I can't. But that would look so good there. I mean, that'd look really good. Okay. We can't do it, so we won't worry about it. Let's go ahead and we'll grab a dining room chair. Where is... I could do this. I love this chair. Again, this is one of my favorites. I love this clear chair. I don't know if it goes really well with that wood desk, but man, I love it. Every time I see it, I want to use it. We could do this. This does go. And in fact, it goes perfectly. The wood matches perfectly through some miracle because these are from 2 different packs. And when it comes to different packs, you just toss that hope to the wind, right? Toss that wish out there. Maybe it comes true. This time it came true. Anything, I don't know. It just looks like it fits completely. You know, because this is from Eco and this is from Snowy Escape. So good going. I'm going to throw maybe a little plant up there. So much of my decorating is plants, you guys. Luckily with Enchanted by Nature, it works, right? Because we're enchanted by nature. I'm going to grab a white version of that. We'll put it here. Kind of like that, maybe. I love this too. Love it. I love orchids. I have quite a few orchids growing myself. And so I really do like that. This does come in a white. Let's do it as a white. I don't know though. I say that. It does come in a white, and I do like white in this build. I'm trying to highlight that. But it's not pulling off steampunk for me. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to take it back darker. Now, should we put in a bookshelf or maybe just another place for a friend to sit? I guess. Let's put in another place for like a friend to sit. And maybe I can fit in some sort of bookshelves as well. And when it comes to the friend, let's just grab this same chair. Keep it kind of simple. Keep it kind of matching. Except, it doesn't really match the desk. Let's do this one. There we go. Now it matches the desk. There we are. Okay, so some sort of shelving. I have Dream Home Decorator shelving. That could maybe go in there. We could use the shelving like this that we used over by the bed. The thing I love about this shelving is its size, because it is the perfect size. It fits so well. And we could do it in white. So we'll throw in like some white shelving here. I'm at a quandary. I don't know if I want to put it here. I guess we'll start here because otherwise I've got to eyeball the whole thing all the way up, right? Maybe that'll work. Yeah, it's a little tight with this chair. And I'll have to test the chair. I'll have to test the chair with a sim. If the sim can't use the chair, then I'll take this stuff out, right? That's fine. I have no idea what kind of collectibles this person would have. The thing that really... it's a fairy, right? I noticed that we can use the magical seed things from one of the old events with this new pack. Like it's tied into the new pack. And I don't remember where those are. Are they under lighting? No, I don't think they're under lighting. They're under... decorations. And I'm going to try seed real quick and see if that works. That did not work. Okay, I'm going to have to scan through and look through them for them real quick. Oh boy. I think they're in with all this stuff. I don't want to go too fast. But my thought is let's just put those on there. It is technically part of the pack, even though, like I said, we did, those came a long time ago. The Easter eggs are really cool too. We could do the Easter eggs. There they are. Now, what are these? Magic beans. Okay, magic beans. So we could go ahead and put these magic beans in here. Like maybe he's already completed that. I don't know what the quest is with the new pack. There is something with the new pack, and you collect all these magic beans all over again from the different characters, the different players in the, or NPCs in the pack. And I haven't done it yet because I just discovered it the other day. So like I've played through this pack, quite a bit. I've done some gameplay videos. Somehow the other day I noticed for the first time it's like ask about a magic bean or ask to give you a magic bean. And you've got to try to convince them to do it. And I thought, well, I guess I should go through, try to figure out the magic bean. I have not done it. I'm going to put these 2 Easter eggs up here. I could probably just go look it up online and it would tell me whether or not, right? Whether, is it worth my time? Is it worth my time to go and gather up all those magic beans again since I do already have them? But they make lovely, I love the way they look as decorative items. I really, really do. And you can do something kind of cool with them. Let me see here. If you can get them to intersect and you kind of turn them, right? So you intersect them. I'm going to try this. That one's not working. It'll give a striped effect. I need someplace. Let's try it down here on the floor. I haven't done this in a long time, but like when they first came out, I did do it a lot. There we go. Now those are overlapped. So then we'll just turn it. I think just one space. Ah, there we go. That's how it worked. Yeah, see? So it gives you a totally different look. And I thought, let me get this kind of line back up here. I thought, wow, I just love the way that looks. Now, the bad news is it can be a little tricky because when you have it on a surface, a lot of times the slotting doesn't want to line 2 things up in the same spot, right? So what you end up having to do, and I'm going to do it for this desk just as an example since we're talking about it. Move this out of my way. Where's my grid? The grid's right there, so whoops, wrong thing. I want to put that there. I'll move that out of my way. We're going to put this here. And we're going to bring this over here. We're going to move it up, twist it, and there we go. And then when we bring the desk back into place, we've got this great, it kind of reminded me of a Fabergé egg a little bit, like a little bitty tiny bit, because yes, I know I've seen some Fabergé eggs at museums and stuff. So yes, I know this is not it. I know this is not it, but somehow like the sort of gold and blue and stuff gave that sort of kind of richness to it. And you can do it with all the different colors, of course, like purple and gold and red and purple and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, I just kind of thought, well, let's do that now. Let's do it right this moment. And we'll put these other ones back over here. And kind of a cool little effect for decor in the future. I'm going to see if I can fit some books here behind the computer. Maybe these, a nice little planter. No, okay. No, maybe not. Again, I could probably do it like this. Can I just kind of work it into place? Without it slotting? No, I can move the desk again. I don't think I will. Let's just leave it. It doesn't need too much. I think it does look pretty good. And you know what would look good too? Let's go ahead and let's put a mirror behind this. That's going to kind of, punch up our modern feel there. We've got that great light coming off of it. That's good. That's awesome. And then let's turn off the sun. Let's see how much light we're going to need up here in this area. I would love to be able to put a light here on this desk for the desk itself, if I can get it to fit. And if it won't fit, I might move the desk and then just kind of work it into place. Let's see here. I wonder if this comes. How about this? I was hoping for like a white shade on this. None of that is really white. It's more of a cream. That almost lines up where the egg there looks like the base of that lamp. I wonder if we could just go ahead and let me get in here. Oh, look. Yeah, okay. Okay, I like that. And then let's go ahead. Not that. We've got something like that, but no. May have to go with that there. Either that or that. Yeah, let's go with the first one. We can bring this back over. So it gives us a nice little base for that lamp. I like that. I think that looks really good. We could probably do that with some other lamps, but we're going to stick with that one. Lighting wise, it does feel a little dark up here, a little shadowy. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it's fine. I do not think the Sims will care. You know what I could do to add a little more light? I could just kind of work in. We could work in this here. Just into the look of the mirror. It'll kind of hide it and kind of disguise it a little bit. And it'll give us a little more light in that area. So that works pretty well. And I guess that's it. That's kind of this loft apartment done. Let's see here. That looks pretty good. Very bright downstairs. I do want to change some of this puck lighting out. This has to go. This has to go. Let's find. What for the kitchen? What can we use for the kitchen and maybe for everywhere? Oh, I know. Maybe we could just do this stuff, or we've got this that we use in the bathroom. Do we have a bathroom here? Did I? Oh, I used a puck light. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put that directly over the stove. We're going to grab some under-counter lighting. I've been using this particular light for under-counter because it does not have an obvious fixture. So it gives it a little bit more of a magical feel. Since these are sort of fairy-based builds, and I've used this light in a few different areas or a few different builds. There we go. That'll light up under the counter. I'm going to go ahead and just grab this exact same fixture for over here, over our dining area. I'm going to take that out completely. And then I guess my thought, maybe we can put one here. I don't know. So it does work as far as, where it's positioned. Over here ends up a little bit dark. What to do? Do I go ahead and put in a light fixture there as well? I think so. Let's go ahead and just put one in here too. We'll put it here above the sort of sofa area. Now, of course, in these two-story spaces, we've got lights now kind of just hanging there. And it gets a little bit dark here above. I'll have to make a decision about that. We may just leave it dark and shadowy up there. But what we're going to do to tie that light fixture into the ceiling above, the second floor ceiling, is we're going to use this thing called a light rope pole, right? Which in lieu of just doing a rope, they gave us a light rope pole. And it does work fine. I use it all the time, but we can take it and we just, set it there. So it looks like the light fixture is connected to something, which then connects it to the ceiling above. Now, in this case, we do have a higher ceiling, right? A higher up ceiling. So we're going to raise it up, take it over here so we know when we've hit the ceiling. There we go. We're getting a little bit of stutter there, as you can see. Now, I will take care of that with the tool mod later before I upload this. It's not a super big deal, and I still think it looks better than having nothing there and just having a, kind of floating light fixture, right? So that looks good. That looks good for those lights. Now, one thing we can do, again, what I was thinking about, if we wanted to light up this area, we just go ahead and stick one there and run the pole through it. And then it will kind of, add some brightness to the area. I really don't know if it's necessary or not. Now, it does add a lot of brightness to the second floor area. So, I think in the short term, I'm going to leave it. Now, while I'm finished building, I'm going to just leave it. And then, surprise, if you were to download this, you might think, oh, hey, wow, that's interesting. He took it out. He took it out and it's gone. Because I might end up doing that. But for the moment, I'm going to leave it. Now, this is my studio apartment. It's done. I actually thought about doing a studio over here in one of these activity areas. But there just really wasn't room for a double bed with the staircases and all that stuff. So we've got a slightly larger studio over here. Below it is the kids' room. That's what I want to work on at the moment. Right now, I've been putting the bathroom here because this is a toddler's room. Well, because it's a toddler's room, the toddler's going to have to teleport to get there. That's the first thing. The toddler's going to have to teleport because I used a bunch of ladders with this build. The other thing is I need to put in a bathroom that has a tub in it. I guess I don't really, I do kind of really have to. Because there's not one in the rest of the build. So we'll bring this through here. Get our start here on the kids' room. That'll be our bathroom. That should be more than enough space for a bathroom. In fact, we might be able to put a closet there, although I also have a closet right here. I don't know why I did this paper. I was probably thinking, with it being the kids area, that's why that paper's there. Probably. I don't always worry about a tub for a toddler. Toddlers can use a sink. You can wash a toddler in a sink. So that's kind of an option. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I don't know. Is this for a toddler and a kid? Let's see if I can get this. There we go. Is that it? I can only get it there. Let me turn my grid on. I could do it there. So I can do it there or there. Let's do it there. Let's do it there. Let's do it there. Let's do it there. And then what I want to do is I want to put in a sort of half wall. Is that high enough? Maybe a little bit higher, like that. And we're going to take out this middle part. That'll be our doorway. That's how we're going to get in and out. Actually, I don't want to take it out yet. Let's wait. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I want to do a little bit of spandrel work first. I don't know. Oh, shoot. I've got that thing there. Okay, so let me think about what I'm going to do there to fix this. Okay. I do feel like there was a way I've done it before and got that to stop, but maybe not. And that is going to kind of ruin my design. Not necessarily, not entirely. In fact, no, it won't. You know what? Because what I'll do is maybe just, I'm going to just reorient stuff. Let's move this here. Let's move this here. We'll make the entrance to the room over here from that way. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then we're going to make the bathroom here. And we'll make the entrance from the bathroom into the hallway via the bathroom. And then I don't have to worry about that nonsense, right? Right. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll grab our half wall here. We'll bring it across like this. And we'll grab there we go. We'll put our spandrels into place. And then I want to use this green glass to create a sort of semi-opaque wall, right? Like there's some stuff in the way there. We'll take that out. There we go. Now we're getting there. Whoops. Let's see here. There we are. Now we're not going to need this wall over here any longer. We're going to go ahead and just take this stuff out. And we'll put the beds probably over here, I think. Or maybe, you know, maybe here, like one on this side and one on this side. There we go. Now, for the bathroom, I need a tub and a toilet and a sink. Put that there. I wonder if I could get them to go through here to enter the bathroom. If I took this wall out, I don't even have to take the wall out. I could just do a spandrel here. Kind of change the tone of the wood arches there so it matches better. I might change the tone of this flooring too. This is the flooring that matches the rest of this particular apartment because it's a family apartment. But I don't know that I need it, really. Will it fill that in? Yes, it did. Hooray. I'm going to go ahead and put this wall here. Like so. Now, will they cut through there? I think they will. I'm going to play test it real quick. I'm going to grab my kid, Max. We'll have him teleport here, and we'll have his little brother, Hooper, teleport with him. Well, there's Grant. Actually, Grant could just do it now, I guess. Let's have Max go here. Oh, yeah, he'll cut right through there. Okay, awesome, awesome. That is great. I'm going to take these out of there. I'm going to just use one, actually. Like that. Now, let's get to work on our particular bathroom here. We'll find a tub. You know, I think this looks really well. I haven't used it yet with fairies, but it does look like it would kind of fit that sort of natural tone, right? It's got a supernatural kind of look to it. This also, if you're a fancy fairy, that works really well too. Bathe in a swan. I'm going to go with this though, and we'll maybe let's put our entrance to our closet there. Maybe put the tub here. How much of a corner am I blocking myself into? Let me take this out. Move it here for the moment. Can I fit the tub this way? Or even this way? I could do like the 70s. Sometimes they would just put like a crazy kind of cockeyed corner to the tub. So like, let's try that. And then I don't really have to enter the closet from the bathroom. Do I? Or you know what? I can actually, I could open the bathroom up more. Of course. Never mind. Hold on. Well, no, I'm not going to, because okay, this building, if you're just watching for the first time, it's a 4-leaf clover. That's what it's supposed to be, a 4-leaf clover, because it's an Innisgreen and they have luck. And that's my inspiration, right? Is luck. So I did a 4-leaf clover, and then in the house, in the apartments down below, I haven't wanted to change it, even though it would be a whole lot more convenient here to change it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little space there. Or here, maybe. And I'll just put the toilet in there. Yeah. So maybe we'll put this here. And we'll put this here. And we'll make a separate room for the toilet or for the tub. Maybe for the tub. Make a separate room for the tub. We can make a separate room for the tub and the toilet. Kind of reminds me of Disney. I mean, that's how Disney and some other hotels, that's how they do it. Is like the tub area and the toilet area is in a little separate room. So we could do that. We'll put it in a little separate room here. And then we'll put the sinks out here. And then it's easier for 2 people to get ready at one time. Now, ideally, I would like to have the toilet in a completely separate room. And I don't know. I might be able to manage that. But first, let's just go with this. Let's just go with this and get this out of the way. So we're going to have the tub here. And I'm going to do 2 sinks over here. One for each of the kids. I did not think this bathroom was going to be this much of a problem. I thought I was just going to wipe it, knock it right out. Let's see, what kind of sink? I've been using this a lot, and I do really, really like it. We also have this. This is, of course, the sink that came with the pack, and I really, really like it too, so let's go ahead and we'll use it. We're going to put one kind of here, and we'll put one over here, like that. Here. And then I think I'm going to change the tone a little bit. I really don't want to change it too much. We're going to go with that. It doesn't exactly match this wood, but I like the golden tone of the sink and the faucet a whole lot better than I do with that darker, with the wood that matches this, because it's so dark. So I'm going to go with that, so that'll stay a little bit lighter. Now we need some mirrors. I'm going to go ahead and decide, should I raise these walls up a little bit higher? Let's grab the mirrors first. We'll go ahead and grab the mirrors, and we'll see if that gives us kind of what we're looking for here. Like right here, we'll grab this and we'll put it into place. I mean, that's actually really low for the Sims. Let me raise it up a little bit. So we'll kind of do it like this. I do want it to be close enough that it does not intersect the sink, but it's kind of, you know, just right there. So we could do it like that, or we go ahead and we just come in and we grab a little bit taller pony wall here. I think I had, what did I have, an 8 maybe? Yeah, so we could do a 10. Still leaves a little bit of a look, but I can lower this one. That's not too bad. We'll go with that for the moment. Now the toilet. We'll go ahead and just put the toilet here. Actually, we'll go ahead and put the toilet here. Then at some point, if it strikes me before I upload it, before I'm done with it, right, then I'll come back and decide, hey, do I want to try to make this a single tile toilet entered from this door, or even from this door? I think I could do it. I mean, I think, because I'm almost positive I've done it before. I'm going to just try it real quick right now. I really do want to know if I can manage that. And because I think I have is the weird thing. But it really could be that, yeah, I think I have because I did try it and it failed. Right? And then I just blocked the failure out of my head so that, you know, like, let's just get rid of that negative part of that memory and we're just going to keep the good part here. Let's see if he can use it. I don't know. Watch him start waving his hand. Pee like a champion, man. Oh, no, you can't use it. Okay, how about if I move it back even further? Then can you reach it? Okay, let's try that. Here you go, Max. Come on. Oh, whoops. No, okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I can always be wrong. Let's do this. Maybe if I move it back here. Nope, he's not having it. He's not going to do it. I do think it might work if I used an archway instead of a door. You know how it would work. I know how it would work. Don't leave yet, Max. We're not done. I know how it would work. Yeah. Let's go into build mode here. And let's grab a spandrel. And we will effectively remove the wall. And we'll go ahead and we'll put in a couple of columns here. Like so. Something tells me I might even be able to put in a half wall, but let's just see if this even works as it is. No, he's still saying he can't do it. Come here. He's still saying he can't do it. Oh, man, please don't ruin my day. It's not his fault. I know it's not Max's fault. The game was not designed for me to do this nonsense. I'm surprised. It's got to be some reason. I guess it's the door. I know that'll work. But I did not think the door would block it in that fashion if I took the wall out. I'm going to try this one more time and then I am going to give up on it. And just let them have a damn toilet. So that, you know what I mean? I just wanted to just set it up so one of them can take a bath and then one of them can still go to the bathroom. And they've got toilets downstairs. They've got more than one bathroom in this house. I don't know why I'm obsessing with this. Come on, come on. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Max. I get it. I get it. Max is like, for God's sake, stop. Just stop. Okay. Let's see. Can I just move a piece of wall? No. I'm going to put this here. We'll get rid of these and that. One thing I could probably look at doing at some point is maybe extending it in here, but I'm not going to right now because I'm not sure that would work either, and I don't want to do any more play testing. But with that, pull this toilet back up. But you know, if we moved this over here, they might be able to step out and get into the room, and then I could scoot the toilet back a tile and put a door here and a wall here, and they would come in and use the toilet for sure because they will use the toilet as a 2x1 sort of room. So we're not going to do it. We're not going to worry about it. I'm going to finish off some of this stuff. Let's give them. I'm going to give them someplace. I don't want to get too much into this bathroom. I want to do more of their main room, but I'm going to grab a quick table here just to stack some towels on, and then we might do the same thing in the other room. Put that there. In fact, I'm going to grab another one. We'll put it... Maybe I won't put one in here. I was thinking right here. That's too tight. So I might only have... My only choice might be to go ahead and use the wall-mounted, which I guess we will. We'll do a wall-mounted over pretend like we hooked it here to these little slats, right? These kind of slats here. And we're going to put one down low for Hooper to reach, the toddler. And then we're going to put one up a little bit higher for his brother to reach. I am still going to put some towels here, though, on that table for use out here by the sinks. We're going to use some of the little, I think of them as little sink towels. If you have Spa Day, that's what we're going to use, is the kind of rolled up towels from Spa Day. If not, I would just grab the normal stacked square towels and just shrink them down a little bit so they look more like washcloths or hand towels. Now, let's see here. Do I need anything else? Not really. I'm going to leave this bathroom as it is. Let's get out here and take a look at the actual kids' room. I was going to use this. I thought this was going to be so cool. Finally, I haven't used it anywhere yet. And I was going to use it in the kids' room, and now I don't know if I'm going to use it. Because I guess I could put it over here. Or I could put it there. I don't really have a place to use it. Yarny, come over here by the toddler. Put this over here, this over here, this over here. Let's go ahead and let's put in a toy box real quick. I'm going to go here to kids. I'm kind of thinking about what I want to do with the room. I went a little silent there for a moment. I'm definitely kind of just giving it a thought. What am I going to put here? How am I going to arrange this stuff? We'll throw a toy chest here at the end of Hooper's bed. We'll do that. And then I'm going to put this starlight over here above this mirror. That might be enough light for the room, I think, with those. I'm also going to I'm torn between giving Max a desk and a computer or giving him an activity, right? Like the thing, right? The science thing, the thing you can create fire with, right? So, or art, he could also do art. So I'm kind of torn which one to use. The bad thing about art is I feel like it sticks out a little bit kind of far, and it does. That's because it does stick out a little kind of far. But we could do that. We could do art. Looks pretty cool. Do we have an art thing with this particular pack? If not, I'll probably just use base game. I don't think we do. I don't even know why I'm asking that. I know we don't. I know that we don't, so we won't worry about that. We'll go ahead and just use this base game version, and I think it comes in a wood that will work. Kinda. I don't know. Maybe blue instead. Let's do blue instead. We got a lot of blue and purple in here, so we'll go with that. Now, real quick, I'm going to have to take a quick break. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify. If you decide to take off, I'm going to just run to the restroom real quick, and then I will be back, and we are going to finish Reg and Max and Hooper's room. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Tried to make it quick. Okay, we're going to go in here and we're going to throw in a little bit of clutter. I always like to use this little kind of, bag thing. We'll put it here by his desk. We're going to see, there should be a backpack somewhere. I know I can search for a backpack here in a minute and we'll just grab it that way if it's just not right here with this stuff. I don't see it, so we won't worry about it. He's got a little art table now. I could give Hooper a dollhouse, right? In fact, let's do that. This is the fairy thing, and fairies can play in dollhouses. So we'll go ahead and we'll give Hooper a dollhouse. And we've got a little fairy one here. Now, the one thing I don't like about dollhouses is they're giant. Right? They're so big. But basically, if you just shrink them down like one spot like that, they do get a little bit smaller, a little more manageable, and they'll still play with it. So Hooper will still sit there and play with it. I'll have to test it and see how the fairies react to it, though. Yeah, I'll have to test that. Because, yes, Hooper will play with it, and it works. But I don't know about a fairy. That could be a little troublesome. We're going to put Yarny over here by the house, though, right? Hooper play with him later, and then we've got this great, I love this, I've commented on it several times, I love this little plush, so cute. I think I'm going to put that here with him. Now, the one thing I'm going to do, he has an art table, so he's into art. I really want to give him a table where he can also do flower pressing, because that's something that kids can do with the new pack, which, hooray, I'm glad they could, I'm glad they were included, glad they had something. Absolutely love that. Maybe I could put the flower pressing table out here on the balcony, maybe something like that. So I think that's what we will do. Now, we do have a kid's desk. Is it something I'm going to want to use? I don't know. So we've got like this thing here. I kind of want something a lot plainer though, that looks just almost like just a regular table. Like maybe mom and dad just brought a table out, or in this case, dad and dad. These are actually dad and dad. This is based on me. So it's Dad and Dad. So maybe Dad and Dad brought a table out for him to work on and do his flower pressings on. So let's see here. Where is... There isn't anything that I really like. So I'm going to go just to the regular adult stuff, and we're going to grab a great table here of some sort. We've got this. This is good. Does not take up very much space. Does come in it comes in blue, and we've been falling back on the blue here. Let's go ahead and put the blue out there. I think that'll be okay. It looks a little odd out there, but I don't think it's that big a deal. And in some ways, it does feel like something that you might put outside for a kid, like, you know. So we'll put that there. Where is a chair? What kind of chair should we use? Let's look. I think does this come in blue? It does come in a type of blue. We've got the love chair, the heart chair. I do love that. I think that's super cool, that heart chair. Maybe not for this kid's room. Well, maybe. Maybe, now that I think about it. Maybe, but I'm also thinking this. It's blue, but I don't know. It kind of clashes. It doesn't have to be blue. You know what we'll do? We'll change it. We'll change it to like an orange. There we go. Orange and blue. Perfect for a kid. I'm also going to change the color of the book to something a little bit maybe darker. I don't know. That's blue. Let me zoom in here. Let me take a look at that. That's pretty. Let's go with blue. I haven't used this one yet, but it's kind of nice little blue to it. It's got, you know, this pattern to it. And that color blue of that leaf matches here perfectly. So we'll do that. This is kind of the kids' little private sort of garden area. Again, since this is based on The Line, right? Saudi Arabia is The Line, where everything is these sort of small little pocket parks or these little pocket sort of gardens. I don't know what all I can fit out here for them to use, but I'm definitely going to try something. Also, I did put a door to our loft apartment here that leads out to this space. That is in case someone downloads it and wants to use it as a house or a compound, a fairy compound. I am going to use this as apartments using for rent. So I don't know. I'll either mark this as just belonging to just this apartment, or I'll go ahead and just leave it public space and everybody can come out there. Everybody that's kind of connected to it. Now, what can I fit for the kids for outdoor activities? I know we have a great new swing set. Oh, yeah, it just popped into my head. So is it going to be too big for out here? I mean, that's awfully big. I don't know. Let me turn it this way. Oh, boy. I'm afraid they won't use it. And I'm afraid if they do use it, they'll go through that wall. Oh, boy. I would love to. It looks so... Wait a minute. Is it over here, too? Did it come through this wall? It did. Okay, so it's really just... Sorry about that. Sorry about the motion there. It's really just too big. It's breaking my heart. I'm going to have to take it off. Can't even think about it. Because it is really cool, but it's just too big. Maybe I can find someplace else here to put it. I don't know. That's been one of the complaints about The Line. Saudi Arabia's kind of concept of a linear, their particular take on the concept of a linear city, is that there's not really these large parks and open spaces that you typically are going to find in a metropolitan area. I don't know what to put out here. What am I even doing? I may just leave it open. We can always just decorate it. Maybe I'll put, you know what I'll do? I'll put a musical instrument out there. Is there like a little violin? Because again, I feel like this is the sort of thing like Dad and Dad would be like, get outside. Go practice outside. Oh my God, take that thing outside. So we're going to put this over here like that. Actually, I'm joking. My son plays the violin. He plays quite well. And I never would have told him that, take it outside. I would be like, yeah, go ahead and practice. It's fine. And even when he was younger, even if I felt like it, you know, even if it wasn't the best, right? So what? You're not going to be any better till you practice. So we could put a big stuffed animal out here, maybe. Could do that. We got our dinosaur. We got the raccoon. let's do Benjamin. He's cute. Let's put him out here. And then I'll just work in some landscaping through here and kind of decorate it like a regular park. One place I do need to double check is down here on this level. This family's unit also opens onto this level. And I did set up this chess set, and I kind of need to have Dad and Dad or Max and Dad test it out. So can he, let's see if they can just play with Max. Yeah, they'll use it. So nothing's interfering with the routing, so that's good. What is, let's see here. What do I have here with this thing? Oh, it's just a picture? Okay, so let's put that there. Picture of a gnome, and then we'll put this here. What I'm going to do, I think, is build a bunch of cubbies here. In fact, I know I'm going to do it. Let's go ahead and just start it. We're going to build a whole bunch of cubbies there using Dream Home Decorator because they've got cubbies, right? They've got plenty of cubbies. So we'll go ahead and we'll line these cubbies up. I don't know what color. I mean, I guess just this, which does not match the tone of the rest of this house at all. But is there anything else? Let's look real quick and see what else we've got. We've got books. Now we've got these. These are really cool. We've got the new shelves I've used in a few other places. And we have anything else? Is there another modular shelf system? We have this from Batu. What colors does it come in? I mean, that's a little bit closer. At least the color matches. And then we've got... Oh, so this came with an empty version. Good thinking, Maxis. I need to give them a big gold star for that because I think we can just use that, right? That's close enough in tone to the wood. And it's empty. I'm going to just say I'm a little bit shocked. I kind of forgot there was an empty version of that because it came with the book nook stuff, right? But yeah, that's great thinking. I'm telling you what, that was on the ball. I'm going to try, can I move that over? Yes, I can. So we're going to do some of these things here. We're going to make it several shelves high. Come on. No, not right there. Come on, do it for me. Maybe it won't. It'll do it right there. That's interesting. We'll do it like that. So if we do like that, can I lower it? That's weird. I wonder why I won't do that. Well, I know why. Because it's glitched. But I wonder why I can't get it to... Okay, let's leave it. We're going to just do that. We're going to work with it. We're going to roll with the flow. We're going to make it work. So let's look for... I think I'm going to maybe try... We've got this. I want to build like the look of shelving in between this. Kind of offset a little bit. Maybe. I don't know about using that though. Let me take that out. Maybe something else. What else have I got? Well, let me see this. No, not that. Okay, there's got to be something in here. I know there. Oh, we've got this. Now, this is relatively new. It's got a pretty good look to it. The wood tone is a little different, of course. We could do this kind of style, maybe. No, I had this idea. As you can tell, I had this kind of idea. And I want to do... Let me look at this. What colors does it come in? I kind of want to do it in the middle, like this, right? But I don't know if I have anything that's going to work color-wise now that I've kind of approached it. That does. That does work. And let's see here. We could make it larger as well if we wanted to. I think this is going to be too large, so let's take it back small. I just want to give it a little bit more of a decor interest, right? I want it to look a little bit less like just a bunch of boxes stuck on the wall. I want to have sort of a design to it. I have to freehand it, so hopefully they're going to look close enough. I guess I could go back with tool later, maybe and kind of adjust it if I feel like I needed to, like that. And then we're going to need to put some sort of lighting into this. Because what I want to do, this is my thought. I've got a little kid here. I got a little child. I'm thinking maybe he likes to do void critters, right? Which is kind of our kids, game in game. So maybe we'll bring this across. Kind of get some light. I don't know about that though. I don't know if I like that. Let me take it out. How about this is what I've been using with the fairies. It doesn't show up though, except for like right there. And I don't like that either, so let's take it out. We don't have to do a light. Let's leave the light out. Let's not agonize over it. Let's look up these void critter cards real quick. See what we've got. You know what? I bet this space out here, get rid of that, is not covered. Right? This little garden area, is it open? It is open. So I need someplace to put his void critter game. And I was thinking I could put it out here. But as soon as it rains, I'm afraid it'll short out. I don't know if that's one of the things that shorts out or not when it rains. Guess I could risk it. I guess I could risk it. If it breaks, it breaks, right? Just buy a new one. Just hit replace. Let's go ahead and look for void critter cards. What all have we got? It didn't pull up any of them, did it? It pulled up the decals in the machine. Let me pull the machine out here real quick. Which kind? Let's go with blue. So it's kind of running with the blue theme. That blue. Go with that. Now I know the cards are in here. Oh, you know what I might need to do? Hold on. Okay, did that work? Show hidden objects. Okay, so that must mean that they're not called void critter cards. They're named after each of the individual void critters. So I haven't looked them up in a long time and dealt with them. I usually only use them with kids' rooms. We could do tarot cards too. Those would be cute. Let's go ahead and... Tarot's been on my brain ever since they put tarot into that death, pack. I'm not a tarot reader, but sometimes I do watch them on YouTube. And I think they're kind of cool. I do think it's really cool, the stuff that they kind of come up with. It's very interesting, right? But I did order a tarot deck because I was just looking at stuff one day online on Amazon and it popped up and it's a Fallout 4 tarot deck. So I absolutely cannot wait to get it. And I'm hoping through some miracle, I'm going to convince my son to do a little stream with me and I'll read his tarot badly. Read his fortune, right? I'll read his tarot fortune really, really badly. Although I did see someone and he had a video, how to read a tarot deck or a quick tutorial how to do it. And he's one of the guys I do watch. So I'm thinking I just got to look up that video again. And hopefully he's going to give me all these hints and tips. And I'm just going to be a master, right out the bat for sure. Let me grab this here. So this at least is working. This is what I wanted to do with this sort of split shelf, is give this impression of someplace for him to put his, void critters here, cards, his special cards. Give us kind of a a natural looking shelf. Looks a little bit kind of handmade, because it is kind of handmade. I'm like literally here making it by hand myself, but I wanted to give it that kind of look, right? And then we're going to go ahead and we'll put another group of them up here. And I don't know what I want to put in the rest of this shelf. I guess you could put travel collectibles or nothing. I might put some books in there since this is a kid's room. I know I'm going to, in fact. Just saying that out loud, yeah, I'm going to put some books in there. That's kind of why I wanted to light it, was because, you know, these are his special cards. One thing I might do real quick, let's grab some books. And then I might try something on here. I'm going to use this one. That's cute. It came from Moschino stuff, which some people did not like that pack. I love the pack. I thought it was super cool. But this is great for like kids' rooms. It's got such a cool sort of whimsical appearance, you know. Yellow polar bear on a blue base. So we'll put that in there, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to try a particular lighting thing here behind this shelving unit. I guess we could do another set of books over here on this side, the heart ones. Those are also cute. And I think for the toddler, I want to put in his little group of, you know, toddler books, which I think is way too high on the wall. I mean, let me just say that. When I get Tool Mod going, I'm going to move it down because I like it to be sort of the place where it looks like the toddler could reach it. So we're going to put those over there. And this, I don't know. You know what I could do? I know that this is impervious to the rain. So I'm going to bring this out here and give him this, you know, like lovely view, kind of off, you know, looking off at the fountain there and stuff. I'm going to move this more over here. And we'll put this guy kind of lurking back here. I might build some like landscaping around him so they kind of has a feel of being a little bit hidden like raccoons do. And then we can put this out here. And it should be fine because it is underneath, you know, a roof line. So it should work. Oh, one thing we can do is we can grab this particular picture of the gnome. Hopefully he'll fit. Yeah. And we're going to grab our plush, our kind of freezer bunny plush. We'll put him in here. Okay, let's take a look at our lighting options. I'm trying to remember if I have Tool Mod installed at the moment for what I want to do. What we can do is we can take this and we just line it up behind this area. Is that the shortest one? Let me see here. It is the shortest one. And we just kind of line them up so they kind of just barely overlap each other. Like so. And then it gives us that sort of lit background. Now, the bad thing is if I do it on this wall, like this, then I do have to use Mod to pull it forward into the bookshelf. But I'm going to try it real quick and we'll take a quick look, and I don't know though. Is it going to be worth it? Probably not. Probably not worth it to bother with it. In fact, I don't even know. Yeah, I don't have I don't have Tool Mod activated. And then on top of that, I don't think that the grid actually matches up with the grid of the lot. So I don't think it will work anyway. But I might go ahead and leave these lights here. I'm going to leave them in place for now. We're We're going to need to put a big rug here in the middle of the floor because that's where obviously all kids kind of gather in the middle of the floor on a big rug or carpet. If your house isn't carpeted, on a big rug. Something either, I don't know, maybe. Oh, let's look at Enchanted by Nature. We'll go ahead and pull up those rugs and we'll grab one of these, right? Nice big rug here. I'll put it here in the middle of the floor. So we got a unicorn. That's cool for kids. We've got in that color. We've got the deer. That's very, very cool. Love that. It's like a Patronus, right? The Patronus from Harry Potter. So maybe that's what that's supposed to imply. We've got a dragon. Dragon's very cool. We've got the griffin. Also, I figure is like a Harry Potter reference. And we've got gnomes. You know what I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do the dragon. It's a little bit dark. And so, you know, my first thought is to kind of shy away from it a little bit. But I think for this kid's room, I'm going to do the dragon. And that's looking pretty good. I mean, it's really not too bad here. Let's put in, I thought about putting in some of this wallpaper out here. I don't know that I need to or that I even want to now that we've kind of got stuff kind of in place here. Especially since we use this as well. That glass panel stuff. I could put it on each end of the room, I suppose. Let's try it. I'm going to go ahead and try putting it on each end of the room and just to see what kind of effect it gives us. It's going to give us that kind of effect. And then if I'm going to do that, I feel like maybe I should go ahead and take the lights out. Right? Like that. Gives it a little bit more of that fairy tale sort of feel. Put that there. Yes, son. Oh, were you gone, buddy? Where'd you go? Oh, okay. Did you want to stop at the store or something? You got something for yourself. Okay. My son had to go run an errand. I didn't even know he'd left. But he's back now. He's back in the house. So, all right. So we've got, I think the room looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I could give them each a little end table of some sort. That'd be maybe the last thing that we're going to need in here. I really wish we had a version of that table with the plants, but maybe a little bit smaller. Not that that's really that big. I mean, it does fit there pretty well. I know one thing that I'm missing right off the bat. We're going to go ahead and grab Hooper's nightlight so he doesn't get scared. Where is the little nightlight here? Oh, there it is, right there. I always use that one because it kind of reminds me of Pikachu. So we're going to put Hooper's nightlight there by his bed. And maybe we'll put in... There's kind of a cool... I haven't used it in a while, but I used to use it all the time because we didn't have as much stuff. It's like a rocket. Like a rocket lamp in here. Oh, we also have this. I'm going to use this. I like this kind of moonlight lamp. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger too. Like that. So it's a little more substantial. Has a little more of a look to it. And then over here on Hooper's table, I feel like we should put maybe a little stuffed animal. Some sort of like little plush maybe. Yeah, let's do this. This reminds me of Grimm. Oh, it is Grimm. I always use it as a Jawa for like Star Wars builds and stuff. I use it for a little Jawa, but it is in fact Grim. So it reminds me of a Jawa actually, but it is Grim. So we'll put him there. We could do a little bear up there too, maybe. I don't know. Maybe some other sort of thing. I feel like it just looks kind of blank. I got a little bit of that Victorian fear of blank spaces. So, oh, let's do this. Yes. We'll put this up here. I love this guy. He's with the new pack, of course. We'll make him, again, we're going to make him a little bit bigger. And I think he's a little, is he a light? Is he a little nightlight too? Does he just look that way? I was just reading that. I haven't read that yet. So this is turn your home into a happy place with this bright, colorful cap. Oh, that's nice. That's sweet. So we're going to go ahead and put him in there. We're going to leave him with the blue cap. And that pretty much finishes out this house. Like I said, I might add a few decor things to the bathroom once I'm doing it. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this entryway. I didn't put any sort of closet up here. So the kids don't really need a closet. They don't have to have a closet. I suppose I could put a dresser here instead of that mirror. Do we have a dresser with the new pack? I think not. I think we don't. And I don't know if I want to put anything there. I don't want anything big. That's for sure. I would just want something kind of small. You know, I guess what we could do, you know, I don't even need it. That's what I think. I don't even need it, but we could grab one of these little bags. Right, because doesn't that kind of operate as a dresser, if I remember correctly? And that one's kind of got like an owl face, which is super cute over here by the forest. I wonder if it comes in a slightly different color of owl face. That's kind of cute. I do like that. It's not an owl, but it's cute. There's a cat. We might do a cat. Oh, that's cute. And a bee. I'm going to do the bee. Love the little bumblebee. And I'm going to go ahead and make another copy of that. I'm going to make one for Max over here. His will not be a bee. His will be like green or something. Just a more grown-up one. Because he's older than Hooper. He is not a baby. He is not a child. He is a grown-up or a bigger kid. He is grown up. And we could even go ahead and put a few shoes under there. Let's see if we can grab these. I'm going to grab these shoes from the new Grange mudroom. Very, very cool. Really like those. I like the fact because they are off center from each other. They're not exactly lined up. We're going to make them blue, kind of match. I might even grab a pair of those for Hooper over here as well. Like an extra pair of shoes. Make them a little bit smaller like that. And we'll leave them yellow to match his yellow backpack. Let's take a look at this at night. Looks pretty good. I'm going to take out this puck light, though. And I'm going to use one of these. You know, starlights up here. And I think I'm going to put one in the bathroom, too. Okay, and then that does it. That takes care of our kids' room. There's not much left on this lot. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify because we are coming close to the end of this particular build. So if you're watching now or you're watching on archive, please hit like, subscribe, and notify. And I will probably finish this off stream. The only thing that I'll add to it is stuff like maybe a little more landscaping. I'm going to landscape this area. As I'm play testing, I'll move things around as they need to be play tested. And I will do our garden here. I'll do that. I almost forgot. I actually do have this space here This is... you know what I might build here? I might build another... I don't know. I'm thinking I might build another studio apartment. But I'm also thinking it has like no windows hardly in here. I guess it's got that window. It looks over into the cafe, so I feel like it needs to be something that's going to be associated with the cafe. So my idea is I'll probably just put games up here, like maybe darts. Let's grab darts. Give us an idea kind of what we're working with. I'm going to grab a couple of light fixtures. Again, I don't know. Do I have a... I don't really have a way in here from the cafe. I guess I could put in a ladder. There is a way in here from other areas. So let's see if we have, it's going to be under activities. Hopefully, well, I don't know if it's under knowledge. Creative, recreation. Let's look under recreation. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's put in a dartboard, and I'm going to change this around a little bit. I'll change the decor slightly. Well, maybe a lot. And then let's go ahead and put in the table. You know, the llama. Don't wake the llama. We'll put that in here as well. And my thought is maybe we go ahead and put in a video game system in here. What other games do we have? We have Sabak. And we have this kids sort of table. And we have this big video game system, which is actually kind of too big. Kind of does not fit. Maybe over there it kind of does. But I think that does not fit. We're not going to use that. Will this fit? That's closer, but it does interfere with the dart table. Oh, I know what we can do. Let's use this here. And we'll just turn the dart table that way, right? So we'll throw darts down the hall, and then we'll put our foosball table, which I love foosball. My son and I played foosball a lot when we go like on a cruise ship or something. And especially when he was younger, when he was little, oh my gosh. He just loved playing that. As he's gotten older, I think we still play it when we go. So I guess he still likes it. Okay, so there's not much light, and I'm going to change the decor around a little bit. Let me grab this wood. And I wonder if, is there any place I could possibly put a ladder in this mess? I guess I don't have to have a ladder. It really doesn't matter. I mean, there's no reason why you have to enter directly from the cafe. Not when you can just go outside and come up the stairs. And otherwise, I guess there's not much of an area for a ladder. Maybe here one would fit. But then it's going to interfere with that door. So no, let's not worry about it. They can just go outside and come up the stairs. It's fine if they want to play these little games. So we got some games set up. I'm going to put up some sort of maybe love seat there real quick. We'll grab ourselves a love seat. Where is a love seat here? I don't know. Maybe this? maybe something kind of rustic, but not quite as rustic as the love seat that I've already used from the new pack. Oh, hello, Stitch. Great. No kidding. You did finish a build. Have you put it up on the gallery? I'm going to put this one up once it's done. Still got a lot of play testing to do. If you put it on the gallery, if you have it on the gallery now, please feel free to share your gallery ID, or you can put a link to it. It doesn't bother me if you do that. And then, maybe someone will find it and download it. Awesome. I will check it out. I'll check it out. Frankie 3 Haynes. Awesome. I'll make a note of it. I'll take a quick look at it here in a little bit. I'm actually getting ready to sign off right now, but I'm glad you posted that. Hopefully other people will take a look at it. What kind of build is it? Is it a fairy build? Is it like a commercial build, or like a house, like a residential? I think I'm going to put a little rug there. That looks good. It's a little big, but I think it'll work. A penthouse. Oh, nice. I love it. I'm assuming San Myshuno. I think we can do penthouses also in like the university pack and maybe no place else. So yeah, awesome. I love San Myshuno. It's where my Sims usually live, is San Myshuno. And I've done a few penthouses in San Myshuno, and I do the apartments all the time. I love playing with the apartments. Oh, whoops. Let's see here. Fill that in. And you know what? I guess that is it for today. I am going to sign off. Please hit like, subscribe, and notify if you're watching now or you're watching on archive. I do save all of these live streams on archive. Stitch, thank you for dropping in. Thank you for saying a quick hello there. And thanks for sharing your account ID. I hope everyone will check out your build. It's called Fountain View. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, I'll check it out. And sometimes I do go through builds online. I'll do it either as a video or I'll do it as a stream. So I'll keep it in mind and I'll take a look at it. And if I do one of those videos in the upcoming future, we'll take a look at your build. In the meantime, again, please hit like, subscribe, and notify. And as always, thank you for watching.